Hello, and welcome back to Pure Live. It is Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be tonight. First, I want to thank all of you that prayed for me when you guys saw that I wasn't able to do the show last week. I truly appreciate your support. I feel blessed to have all of you. And we have the part two of our local heroes. So I'm excited to speak to them, speak to David tonight. And we are going to start with our sponsors because that's what we do. All right, so here we go. Yes. I truly love this organization. They are so motivational and they are a group of women that support one another like family. And it is a bunch of women that also believe in God. They help you to focus on your goals and help you to get organized. And that's very important. And they support you. And like I always tell you guys, they are part of the reason I have this show today. And my mother, Dr. Margaret Jamal, has joined as well. So it must be a great organization if she joined too. And on to our next. We are doing Modus Cosmetics. Here we go. Yay! Woo! They're the ones that I use for my makeup. And I like my stuff to be light. As you can probably tell, I don't really like to look made up. They are good for all different types of skin. So I definitely recommend you can go on my website and get a little discount to asiajamal.com. Again, that is asiajamal.com or .net, and you'll see Modus Cosmetics at the top. And we'll have some more news to share with you later in the show, so stay tuned. But for right now, we are going to welcome our guest for today, Mr. David Williams. Hey.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, welcome back. How are you?
I am awesome today. How about yourself?
I'm great too. Thank you for asking.
Mhm.
And I know that the last time that you were on, we talked so much about your vision. We spoke to you and your sister and about what you guys have been doing and supporting people to getting housing, specifically veterans and those that are dealing with disabilities. So that is
Mhm.
amazing, and something that I am passionate about myself. So, again, I'm very excited to know you guys and to watch you move. So, what I would like to do today is to expand on that. But before we do all of that, I want you to introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay. Hey, hello. My name is David Williams. I am the CEO and founder of Williams Aftercare Recovery Center, multiple other companies that we're kind of working to put together because they all work hand in hand. I've been doing this for the last 27 years now. And one of my goals is working with youth, working with some veterans, and then just people who are coming out of recovery homes. And that's one of my passions because I've had to go down that road as well. But it's great to be here again and having a chance to speak with Asian and you being in my prayers too.
Thank you. I truly appreciate that. I need all the prayers I can get. I'm all over the place. I got so much to do. Um, what I would like to know is, again, since I don't know who was on last time, who was watching, so let everybody know where you're from.
I am originally from IW Wells, and then right now I'm based in Harvey, Illinois, and
Oh,
I've been in Chicago all my life. Uh,
mhm.
but that's basically where I
Yes,
am from.
Midwest in the house. Yes, indeed. So, how did you get started on helping those that have been out of recovery homes and the veterans and those that are dealing with disabilities? When did this begin?
Well, it actually began about 24, 25 years ago. And I believe because of things that you go through in life, once you kind of wake up, you find a passion.
Mm,
And I did tell you something I was going to bring back to you how I kind of came to this point.
mhm,
Just after going through substance abuse and issues that I went through myself, and then just trying to figure out how to actually get it right. I happened to be in Salvation Army and going through my treatment. And going through that treatment in Salvation Army, it I would always sit front row during the RAA NACA meetings and just trying to find out why can't I not stop using. And when
mm,
it gets a hold to an individual, whether it be just escaping responsibilities, going through depression, it just locks you in and you on a race. Anyway, I was in Bible class one day and we were kind of reading. And as I'm sitting there, I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, Lord, either take this desire away from me or take my life. And
mm,
as I sat there, and like you say, sometimes people wonder how God reaches you, how God touches you. But as I'm sitting there, all of a sudden these words start coming to me. And I picked up a pen, and as I'm sitting there, it was a nonstop writing. And the
mm,
words that I was writing was, there's a sparkle of magic in my heart now that Jesus Christ is a part. I never knew that miracles came true, but they came true when I called on you. You are the center of my life, and I know it without a doubt. I bet you by golly, wow, you're the one that I've been searching for forever. And forever will my love for you keep growing strong. And as those words came into me
amen.
and I just wrote them on paper, it was like a release of pressure off me, like just
Mm,
being free. And as I'm sitting there in Salvation Army, the business of board up service came to my mind. Williams Aftercare Recovery Center came to my mind, and then another company called DJW Production. And the reason it started there is because I knew that I saw people come in and out, in and out. I myself was in and out, in and out. So
mm,
it just put on my heart to be passionate about what I wanted to do. That was a mission. That was something that God put on my heart to do because I know where I've been and now I knew where I was going. This is 27 years ago. And that poem that I just
mm,
wrote, gave to you,
Mhm.
was like it's yesterday, and it still sticks in my heart.
Yeah.
So from that point on, my sister, I started this company. She didn't know where I was going. A lot of my friends who I brought in as board of directors didn't know where I was going. I really didn't know where I was going, but I've always been passionate about helping, just in grammar school. But that's how it started. That's where it was born, and
Okay.
it's starting to take off. And everything I'm kind of doing is out of pocket. We had some little small grants here and there, but that's kind of how I actually got started.
Wow, that is so beautiful. I love watching God do wonderful things in people's lives, and it's a blessing that you decided to um, take that and turn it around and help other people. That's a blessing. You know, some people are just like, "Ooh, thank God, I'm done with that," and then they just move on, and
Sure.
maybe they'll share their testimony. But you took it so much further than that, so that is truly a blessing.
Thank you.
Um, so tell me um, what it is that you are in need of to move forward with your plan.
Uh, my sister and I have a building out here in Harvey, and there was some damage done to it. And so I know we are working on trying to get rehab uh, funds to actually rehab the building. We have 23 offices in the building. And some of the goals that my sister and I are structuring, mainly me, but she's kind of on board with the things we're doing, is doing a skill construction program. And we have been working with youth, teaching a skilled trade to. There's a lot of abandoned properties, not only in Harvey, Chicago Heights, the surrounding suburbs. You just have a lot of properties kind of sitting dormant. But one thing that I've been finding out, I've been working with 15 at-risk youth, teaching construction trades to, or whether it be drywall. First started with cleanouts, and then starting with gut outs. And then we find out which one wants to learn the specifics in the mechanicals, whether it be HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and then drywall, flooring, ceramic tile. And I have a son who is 15 now, and I have been having him learn this trade since he started off at 6 being interested. And as he got
Oh,
to 9 years old, he started doing backsplashes with me in kitchens and in the bathrooms and painting. He will get his little friends and they'll come in and start painting. And I'm teaching him the basics, how to set up stage the house to get it prep it before you start painting. He does landscaping. So um, some of the things that want to actually bring here in Harvey and other surrounding suburbs is learning a trade, because
mhm,
again, college is not for everyone, but a lot of
right.
times youth like working with their hands, and if you give them something to do, that they see something that's dilapidated, and then the beauty that starts to transform, and then after the finished product, they feel so much better within themselves on something that
Mhm.
they had part of and created.
Yes, absolutely. That's so cool. And trades are, you know, those are things that's going to always be needed. You always need somebody to help build something. So those are definitely transferable skills.
Yeah,
So that's a blessing. And here is the website to donate funds. Williams Aftercare Recovery Center.org. Correct?
that is correct. They can go to that website, and in the links that'll show some of the things that we're actually doing. And then when they scroll down, there'll be a donation page that they can kind of help contribute, be a sponsor, or if they want to help see this thing take off. Yes.
Excellent. So you guys go ahead and write this down. I will show it again later on in the show. All right. Um, so what I want to know is, do you know about roughly how many people have gone through your program?
We've had about maybe 150 people have kind of gone through the program. Whether we have found housing for them, we work close with our veterans. I have a partner who has an organization called Bridge Builders. I'm the president on
Mm,
his board, and
okay.
they're the connection with with the VA, and he houses the veterans. They have their own apartment, and
Okay.
A lot of times when they may fall short on maybe going back into doing the things that kind of got them to where they are,
Mhm.
we would talk with them, or if it has to be where one of the places connection I have is with Salvation Army. So we may have to
Okay.
relocate them back to Salvation Army, let them start over, getting their clean time, and then just kind of bring them back. But yeah, he's been a great support and partner in helping us to work with these veterans close hand.
That's beautiful. Do you have, I'm sure you have lots of stories saying that you dealt with over 100 people coming in your program. Any particular stories, and you don't have to name names, that just like really pulled at your heartstrings?
Yeah, again, yeah, I won't name names, but there is an individual that we have had a chance to work with, and a lot of times people do certain things in life to get out of addictions or cry for help. I'll put it as a cry for help. But this individual, and I love him to my heart, he uh, robbed the bank
Mm,
a couple of times, as a matter of fact, and he'd go in there. He'd only ask for $1,000. He'd go and use, and then he would call to turn himself in.
hmm,
And a lot of times, people who do that it's a cry for help, but it's a cry to try to find somebody who's either going to hear their hear their cry. And
mm,
anyway, this individual did it twice. I
mm,
had a chance to talk with him, and I had got him in Salvation Army. And then I happened to see him walking down the street one day, and I pulled over and I ran up to him and I just grabbed him and hugged him. I cried. Tears came out of my eyes, out of his. But
mm.
now this individual is actually in another state, working with his family. He
Okay.
shared meetings, he ran meetings, he oversees a lot of things in recovery. And I'm just so grateful that he is staying focused.
That is great. Oh, I love happy stories like that. That's beautiful. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that you continue to pray for these people as they come in and out of the program because they need continued support.
Yes, yes, yes. And as a matter of fact, our youth, we have to reach our youth at this point now because there's so much violence and so much gang activity going on. And a lot of times, the youth that we work with, um, and again, I won't name names, but it's a particular youth that had gone through um, a point of time when he would just rebel against respect for other people or talking with other people. And I keep
Mm,
talking. You can't talk to other people the way you talk to them because other people that you may run into do not care about your life, and if they don't care about their life. Well, anyway, this individual was on the south side of Chicago by the lakefront, and he decided to go out to the park to smoke a joint. Well, anyway, somebody came up there and said, "Man, let me have some of that," and he flipped mouth at him, told him, take a while, get away from me, in stronger language than that. But
mm,
he was not paying attention. The guy came back with a gun and he pointed the gun at him, and the gentleman hold his hands up to try to block it. He shot him twice in the stomach. He
mm.
fell down to pretend he was dead, and the guy walked up to him and shot him four more times.
Oh, wow.
And now this individual did survive, but it's a shame that he had to experience that as a wake up call. That you can't just think that you could talk to people any kind of way you want to.
Right.
And he was 18 years of age. So
Mm,
again, you have to mention to these youth about respect, about caring about other people, about caring about themselves, in order to kind of get better in life. But
yeah. What a hard lesson to have to learn.
yes, yes, it is.
Yeah. And I really like focusing in on people in the Chicagoland area because, the reputation is horrible right now. People in Chicago. So it's good to know that we have people like you and your sister and your partner that are out there trying to help situations and not ignoring it, not turning a blind eye to it. So I
Yeah.
truly appreciate that about you.
Thank you.
Um, so, what do you think? What is your your big vision. Like if you today had all of the resources you needed to do what it is you want to do for the community, what does that look like?
It looks like taking one block at a time and
Mm,
redeveloping these blocks at a time, getting all these abandoned properties either torn down, new construction built up, um, and then veteran houses, houses for affordable housing on the some on block by block by block, and
mhm,
then working with the youth as well as talking with a lot of the elders. One thing we were going to do and are doing is getting veterans to sit down and talk with these youth as well, because when they can hear another side of the story, how someone went through war, how they survived at their war, and
mhm,
then even our elders to talk with our youth about respect. It used to be that neighbors watched the youth, watched the kids, they looked out for each other, and it's not that way anymore because the neighbors are too afraid. There's too much fear. But as
mhm,
a long term, a big picture, taking block at a time, block by block, rehabbing that block with the youth and with the people within the community. I think if we could reach each of these youth, each of these uh, aldermen, the mayor, who will see growth, I think that'll open up a lot of people's eyes because you're giving these
mhm.
youth, giving these adults a chance to kind of get back on their feet, and then they're making them
Yeah.
more humble as well.
Yes, absolutely. I totally come in agreement with all of that. Are you working with local churches as well to help with these programs?
That is a start that we have to do. I mean, I know that a lot of the churches have their own issues keeping their doors open, keeping
Hmm.
congregations at full mass. But
Right.
that is a step that we would need to do as well. Send out flyers to churches, see how many churches we can get on board as well.
Yeah, that would be good if you can partner up with the local churches and help them to bring in more of the community as well.
Mhm.
That would be awesome. They need these programs, and some of them don't have the resources or the people to have those programs. So it'd be beneficial for them to just connect with somebody that's already doing it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And one great part about the things that we're doing, and my sister, she gets on me about it because uh, a lot of times you say you get not because you ask not, and I'm
Hmm.
an individual who would normally ask. I don't, and a lot of times God blesses me with things. So we have coolers, we have commercial equipment, we have lawn care equipment, we have tools to work with. It's just having the right people in the right place at the right time to actually put everything together. My
Hmm.
I always sing a Fred Sanford song when I walk through my building and see all the stuff that I actually have. But and I look at I call it the Home Depot theory,
Mm,
um, and it's how I was told how Depot got started. Well, what Home Depot did is they bought a lot of product that they knew people would use or need, and they
mm,
filled all the bottom shelves with all this product. All the empty boxes, they put them on a high shelf. So when they had
mm,
people who came in, investors who want to see what they had to bring to the community, and they looked up at all the empty boxes, but did they know they were empty? They just thought there's extra supplies for supply for to replenish.
okay.
It just took off in their mind because it was a thing that was going to be useful and very much needed. And
Hmm.
I'm looking at God blessing me with all these items that we have to put to use. It's just building that culinary arts kitchen, putting that
Mm,
landscaping together, and having the youth go to door for seniors who can't actually get their lawn, their yards done or clean up. So put them to youth to go in there and just hey, volunteer to get those things done. The skill training with all the equipment that I've been blessed with all the time picking up.
yeah, that's great. Um, my my grandmother, parents, my uncle, they all worked on projects on the west side of Chicago. Um, and helping people that were coming out of the Safer Foundation
Yes.
to do construction work and things like that. So that's a it's very helpful. They felt good when they got things done, working together, and they had some more skills added to whatever it is that they had. Some of them didn't have any. Now they have something to be able to work with. So that's a great thing.
Yes.
Um, do you ever get nervous about working with the kind of people that you're trying to reach because of their backgrounds?
No, I personally don't. I well, being a recovering drug addict, I kind of know what people are going through, and I walk in areas. And I've been held at gunpoint. I've been carjacked
Oof.
at gunpoint by two young guys who were teenagers, 15 and 16 of age. But I
My
look at
goodness.
being able to relate to what they went through as far as the drug addictions. Um, yes, you're going to have multiple personalities. Yes, you have to sometimes know when to step back. Um, I took up psychology in school with youth, and I've worked at Cornell Interventions as a substance use counselor for adolescents.
Okay.
So it's just the personalities you have to kind of know when to be strong, when to be firm, when to step back. And I'm blessed that God has allowed me to kind of not only be passionate but be caring and be considerate, and as far as safety as well. But no,
Mhm.
the fear is not there.
That's good because God has not given us a spirit of fear, right?
Nope.
I
Not at
have noticed
all.
that, those that God has, um, I'll say, ordained to do great things, He does protect them on their journey.
Yes.
So makes sense that you've been safe. um, so we are going to discuss more. Right now, we're going to take a small little break, and then we're going to play our game, Find the Fake. Hey, that
Okay.
rhymes. Hey. Um, and then we're going to get more into the discussion.
Okay.
So for those of you that are watching via YouTube, this is what I want you to do. Subscribe. Thank you. And please like. And those that are watching any other form, because I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and Twitch, and yes, follow me. Pay attention. I always have something to tell you. All right, we're going to take this small little break. Here we go. Hi, I'm Asia Jamal Rogers, and I'm a singer, songwriter, choreographer, voice actor, and I'm the creator and talk show host of Pure Live. Pure is an acronym for perfectly undefined raw elegance. So naturally, we want our content to be pure, raw, and elegant. It airs live every Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. And if you'd like to see all of the episodes, you can reach it at asiajamal.com, ASIAJAMAL.com. Or if you'd like to be on the show, you can reach me at asia@asiajamal.com. Hope to see you soon. Hope to see you soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time where we play the game Find the Fake. What we do is we have four statements. Three are true and one is not. You have to guess which one is not, and you can win a prize. And I am expanding on my guess. So Pay attention. Here we go. Which one is it? We're not going to tell you yet. What I am going to tell you guys about before we get into this conversation is this right here. Yes, they are doing pop ups. Kiara Sheard is doing pop ups along with other artists in Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Newport News, Virginia. And yours truly will be singing with her in Chicago. Well, the location is actually Maywood, and the address and information is right here. It's going to be at Miracle Revival Cathedral with Elder DeAndre Patterson, 2010 St. Charles Road, Maywood, Illinois, 60153. And there's the phone number 708-865-2999. So hopefully I will see some of you there. Or were you trying to take a picture?
Yes,
There
I
it
got
is.
it. Got
Okay. All right. We're going to have a good old worship time. Join us. Okay. All right. And let's get back into this conversation. Back to David. So, what I would like to know now, what do you feel was the most rewarding experience in doing what you're doing?
I think the most rewarding, and I have to go back with my partner Ron Essex. Um, when we actually when a veteran's actually brought to him, and he was brought to his own apartment, and Ron and I talked, and I relate to his story because when he handed that veteran his key, and the veteran couldn't believe that he was being handed a key. And as he sat there and looked around, uh, tears started coming out of the veteran's eyes.
Mm,
And just to know that you make a difference in somebody's life.
yeah.
Um, or one individual who we have a skilled training recovery home out in Chicago Heights, and there was a gentleman who was brought to my attention who was staying in different garages. And I pulled him, had made a bed up and everything, got his room set up, and to take him off the street and to have him come to stay at the house that we have in Chicago Heights.
Mm,
And even though he's not working, he can't really afford to pay anything. But this individual takes the time to clean up around a place, go down the street and get gravel and stone, and come back and do landscaping around the building. I mean, that's
nice.
somebody who just can't financially provide, but takes the
Mm-hmm.
time to beautify a building that he now can call home. So I think those are the most gratifying things. And I know it's not going to stop there. It's going to continue. And it touches my heart. And just those stories that you can actually tell somebody.
Yeah, that's nice. That shows that he truly appreciates what's been done there.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. I'm trying to get my kids to appreciate too. Come on, show some appreciation for this house we bought. They'll get there eventually, I'm sure.
Mhm.
uh,
From
I
from
Go ahead.
from from time to time, and this is just a suggestion. You have different areas where they call it tent city.
Hmm.
They have some guys who are standing on the street, but from time to time, maybe take like a meal, and as you go, and then you got to kind of make the time sit and
Mhm.
talk with the person. Ask them what's their name. What's happening. And
Mhm.
then just listen to them. Um, and then again, like you say, if they're needing help, you can always reach out to me because again, Salvation Army is one of my main go-to places because summertime is coming, and a lot of times these beds are opening up. But a lot of times,
Right.
people who seriously, seriously need help,
Mhm.
it is made available. But to actually get kids or a reality check is a spend some time with one of those individuals who's having downtime, having bad luck, and then you never know. It may touch them. It may wake them up. That's
Yeah.
not where they want to be, but sometimes it may bring concern.
Mhm. That is a good idea. I think I will do that. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. They need to. I used to do that with my grandmother and my parents and my uncle. We would go and talk to these people and feed them. My grandmother used to open up her own house
Okay.
for feeding the neighborhood. Ooh, it made our family so nervous sometimes. It's like, oh Lord Jesus, please protect. But but you could smell the food all down the block. And she had these big long tables that she would have in the house, and she just have them come on in, and she would just feed them. And it was just, it was very touching. It was a blessing to see that she was willing to do that and had no fear
Yeah.
bringing these people in her home.
Yeah.
I don't have that anointing, but but I will take some food to them. I sure will.
Amen.
um, so what what do you think we need to do to get more youth involved in what you're doing?
Well, one thing, the youth that we have already, like my son and some of his friends, is probably even canvass the neighborhood with different job skills that we are training in,
Mhm.
and even just see what youth actually are interested in doing. I know one part of the building we have a room that we are going to be staging to a podcast,
Mm.
and we would like to try to reach out to some of the youth that way. We are creating a makeshift barbershop in the building, which we're actually going to call it Barbershop Talk. Again, we have 23 offices in our building, and
Okay.
we have 3 chairs. I'm going to actually market it to barber colleges that we have a place that we like you to come, maybe show your skills to some of the youth who may be interested in getting to that field. But uh, and the reason I call it barbershop talk is because the guys can go in there, they can sit and talk, and we could bring up different topics. But and then for the reason I'm marketing it to barber college is because they could come in and use the facility for free, but the only stipulation they have to cut a veteran's hair for free, or they have to cut someone's hair who's cleaning their life up. And we will probably videotape it on social media, and they can kind of explain what they're doing, and it's like a before and after look, a makeover. And then it kind
Nice.
of gives them free advertisement as well.
That's beautiful. So how do they get a hold of you to be a part of that?
Again, we are at 153 25 Page in Harvey, Illinois. 153
325.
25 Page, Harvey, Illinois.
Mhm.
Zip code 60426.
Mhm.
They can reach out to me, and I can give my phone number. It's actually 708-663-4164. 708
4164.
663-4164.
All right. Oops. Is that correct?
153 25 Page. Yes, it is.
All right. Okay, y'all, write it down. I'm putting it there for a second. Write it down so you can get involved. 'Cause I definitely plan to. I'll bring my son with me so he can get involved.
All right.
But
All right. How old is your son?
he's going to be 15 next month.
Great age to start. Great age to start.
Yes. Yes, he definitely should get involved in this. My little spoiled kids, but put some reality check in on. Go and get some work. Get your hands dirty.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that it'd be a good idea for us to get like a list together of local churches
Okay.
and let them know what's going on and what you're doing, so we can start partnering because there's a lot of churches in the Chicagoland area. So many churches,
Hmm.
and I'm just thinking like if we could all band together, so there's so much we can get done.
I agree.
Um, and I think it's necessary, especially since now people are really hurting financially. Things are going up in price, interest rates are going up with loans and things of that nature, and people are struggling to be able to do anything, be able to take care of their bills. They're having to figure out, do I get gas? Do I get food? Do I get my medicine? You know, all of these different things. And then you have those that aren't able to work, don't know what they're going to do, they don't know where the resources are. So, this
Mhm.
is something we definitely need to connect others with.
Yes, I totally agree.
And what is this? Brother David Williams has always had a great humanitarian heart. I've known him 50 years. My goodness. 50 years.
Yeah, that's actually Mike Jones,
Mhm.
and he is actually on my board. And
Okay.
yeah, yeah, we go back to grammar school.
My goodness. That's a long time.
Yes, it is.
50 years. Well, I guess he's a good person then, since you're still talking to
Awesome.
him.
I have about maybe 15 or 20 guys that I still keep in touch with. We talk to each other and reach out to each other. And that's
That's
grammar school.
nice.
Yeah.
Right. That's beautiful. I have like maybe a handful of people that I know from grammar school. That's it. And we don't even talk that much. Horrible. I need to do better, right? um, and I know we had Karen last time. How do you guys work together? I mean, so I get along with my siblings, I do. But to be fair, we do not work together. We don't, we sing together, we work on things together, but I have no idea what it would be like to actually join together to do something so huge.
Hmm.
How's that journey been?
It's been pretty good. She has my back. I have her back. I know things kind of get overwhelming because a lot of times we go in so many different directions and we
Mhm.
try to do so much. And I'm asking God to bless me with focus, organization, because you have such a passion. And I'm speaking myself, I have such a passion to do multiple tasks, but I know that
Mhm.
God's going to start opening doors, especially being this podcast and getting the word out to what we're trying to do. Because the goal is to open up doors for jobs. Get as many
Mhm.
relationships with different companies, even people who are coming out of prison, coming out of jail, going through what they're going through with backgrounds. But
Mhm.
there's companies out here who will take them because some people just don't want to work now, which is sad.
Mm. Yeah.
And the people who have gone through hard times have backgrounds, they can't get these jobs. But with guidance, teaching them how to interview, especially our youth with their pants dragging and not dressing properly, we can open
Mhm.
these doors for more people to getting better jobs. But my sister, again, we have such a good bond. We don't argue, we don't fuss. I know she is concerned about all the items that I get that I either ask for or doing it. But I keep trying to say, Karen, we're gonna need all this stuff because I hate to get to a point where we get to a point and then don't have the things that we actually need. So And she is so
I get
patient.
that.
She's so patient. Yeah, she's so patient.
Yes, I remember you showing us a lot of the things you have. It was a full house in there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We actually need another building. As a matter of fact, I know that they have Walgreens that have been closing down and just sitting abandoned. They have CVS's that are sitting just sitting there abandoned. So if anyone out there in podcast land know of a Walgreens that we could be that can donate to us, we have our 501c3. I definitely can fill it up because that's part of our one of the other business that we have is to have our own thrift store. And people
Ooh,
who need clothes or need furniture, we just have a voucher. They can come and they can get two, three, $500 worth of clothes, furniture that to use for furnishing their house, clothes for their
hmm.
kids.
That is very nice. Yeah, definitely would love for you to be able to do that. Your friend Mike Jones said he's a real Jamaica man. He got 10 jobs. He got 10 jobs, David. I understand. I do a lot of different things myself, but I definitely want to do more in
Hmm.
helping the communities.
Yeah.
So we're going to work on connecting to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. And I would like to um, come and visit, and maybe we can record some on location to show people what you're doing.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. And then also the work that needs to be done too.
Yes, absolutely. So if you guys listening, watching would like to see that, let me know. Leave a comment. Say you would like to see them on site, on location. Now, it's getting late, so I want to give them an opportunity to guess on this fine fake. So we're gonna run it again. Pay attention. Which one is the fake? Here you go. Hmm. Now, you guys did not guess yet, but I do want to give him enough time to explain these statements. So, David, which
Yes.
one is the fake?
It is I became a priest.
So, you didn't become a priest, huh?
No, went to St. Lawrence Seminary to study to be a priest, but
Oh.
some of the things that I seen and witnessed there was just not right. But
Mm,
that's the one that's fake.
understandable. Understandable. So, you ride a motorcycle?
I ride a motorcycle, been doing it for my about 14, 15 years, and then just went out and bought my own.
Wow. Okay. Zoom, zoom, zoom. What is Mike saying over here? Maybe David could get a recording studio started for the young people. Talk to him about it. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you tuning in. Recording studio. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Nope, it sure wasn't. It sure wasn't.
You can get some people to donate some things, and you can connect with some of the schools. My son, my older son, the one that is joining or that did join the military, he is in a dual credit program. So he gets college credits and the high school credits at the same time.
Okay.
And one of the things that they are doing, they've been interviewing people, and they're learning how to record, use good cameras, mics, producing. They're doing all of that stuff. So he's really well versed in that type of technology. So maybe we can get you connected to his school.
Oh, absolutely, because it's so important that kids share their thoughts, and what's on their mind, and because
Hmm.
kids relate to other kids, they relate to other, and them being able to express themselves is so important.
I completely agree. Thank you, Karen. She loves my show. I appreciate it. I really do. And thank you guys so much for praying for me. I've just been so tired, you know. I have to get better at getting some rest. I've just been exhausted. And preparing for this performance next week as well. So I stay busy. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So let's put this information out again. Give everybody an opportunity to write this down. This is the location and phone number to get involved. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys connect. I know you can do it. Like I said, we need our own TV network. Okay, y'all just thinking big. The sky is the limit. Let's go.
That's it. That's
More
good.
and more. And remember, you can donate to this website, williamsaftercarerecoverycenter.org. All right. And I will continue to keep you guys posted on the things that they are involved in and the things that they may be in need of. We can put that out, and you can let me know, David, and I can put it out on my newsletter as well.
Okay.
And you guys need to subscribe to the newsletter. Go to my website, ajajamal.com or ajajamal.net, and subscribe. So now that we are at the end of the show, I would like to give you an opportunity to leave your words of wisdom with the audience.
My words of wisdom, I would say, take people at face value as you have a chance to talk with people. You get a chance to learn and know what's going on with them. Don't be so quick to judge or to point fingers. Everyone has the ability to come back from things that they've gone through. Um, just having faith in them. A lot of
Mhm.
times we just lost faith in our own people, and sometimes we lose faith in ourselves. But that words of wisdom is just take people at face value and have a little faith.
Have a little faith. Amen to that. And that's a big deal. That's not always easy to do. Yes, it is a really big deal. And I'm glad that I had enough faith to connect with you guys because it was definitely a pleasant surprise. And we will continue to communicate and work on some things together. And for those of you that would like to get a hold of them with social media, these are their social media handles. We got Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So looks like if you type in Williams Aftercare Recovery Center, you will find them. Thank you so much for being on the show. I look forward to working with you. I'll have to bring my son on over.
Please,
Let's
please
get
do.
and until next time, remember to embrace God's perfect design, which is you, and be right here. So I won't be here Friday because where am I going to be? This is where I'm going to be. And this is where you guys need to be. Okay. Next
All
week, this is where you need to be. Come worship with us. Again, that is going to be in Maywood, the collective at Miracle Revival Cathedral with Elder DeAndre Patterson, 2010 St. Charles Road, Maywood, Illinois 60153. Phone number is 708-865-2999. Come on out. All right. And everyone, have a good evening. I will see you Friday night, and then I'll see you the Friday afterwards right here on the show. So, good
Thank you
night,
very much, Ava, for having me on your show.
everybody. Weeping